We are going to use the identities to help us evaluate. We're going to evaluate the sine of 5 pi over 12. When you think about it, 5 pi over 12 is not one of the special angles on the unit circle. We do not have access to a calculator, so this really hints that we should use an identity to help us solve this. Now, I am going to challenge you to find two angles that either add to 5 pi over 12 or whose difference is 5 pi over 12. There are many different angles, and you can use any angle you find. Please press pause, and I challenge you to do this. I'm thinking you're joining me. I'm hoping. For me, the key is to change all my special angles on the unit circle so that the denominator is 12. And I notice that when I change pi over 6 to have a denominator of 12, that is 2 pi over 12. Pi over 4 changed over a denominator of 12 is 3 pi over 12. So I could rewrite sine 5 pi over 12 as sine of pi over 6 plus pi over 4. So this is sum identity number 1, where alpha is equal to pi over 6 and beta is equal to pi over 4. I plug that into the right-hand side of that identity. I evaluate each ratio. Now, it might be handy to have your unit circle on hand for this. Now, I could add this and rationalize the denominator, but I'm going to think about 1 over root 2. 1 over root 2 from previous lessons can also be considered to be root 2 over 2. So I just substituted those values in. My multiplication is rather easy after this. So what I get from the first term is 1/2 times root 2 over 2 is root 2 over 4. The second term sum is, or the second term multiplies to root 6 over 4. Adding these two terms together, I get root 2 plus root 6 over 4.